Stop right there. Don't come out into the street. Yeah. Hello, everybody out there. In video land. I'm not going to say that. I could have said I was the man. Let me turn this down a little bit. Well, woo! No need to search for the ladder because it's here. And this ain't beer. It's that sip, sip, sipper with that ginseng in it. Much love to the libido. I'm not slow. I'm riding down these streets, yo. Rainy day, oh. Gonna knock this work out. Electrical job. At the same time, don't rob me because I'm. Hold on, wait. Let me get that hat off there, eh? Showing all kind of things in the bag. Now, some may say that's sad. That's not sad. I'm safe. Often this human race. Right and wrong and wrong and right at the same time. Do shit at night, but it's during the day. I might run into some shit. I'm gonna rhyme like this today. Feel funny, eh? Funeral to go to on Monday. That's about 3 in a row. Oh, Sunday is tomorrow. Hold on, wait. If I can borrow a minute of your time. Take a sip off this Gatorade-ish. You ever notice this? Hold on, wait. All bullshit aside. And I shouldn't even get off this. I shouldn't even fuck my vibe up. It's raining though. I gotta keep this, you understand me? Oh, wait. So, I sit up here and normally look at the packagings and stuff. Like do you all notice how everything is like reptilian? That shit's funny to me. But you know, it's real talk. Gatorade. So deep. You ever notice that? But on a serious note, wow. Let me pause this for a minute. I want everyone to be loved, man. And I'm gonna tell you like this, being loved does not mean being weak. You know, like, I'm not saying go with the flow as be walked over on. Man, you gotta, when I put things up there like ride the cosmic wave, like, it's almost like, how can I explain this? How should I? It's almost like, and I hate to say that, but women make, you know, but like like something's going around, like something's, you know, you gotta jump in. You know, you gotta jump in and be on time with it. If not, if you, like women used to play little girls, double dutch. You gotta get in on your time when it's all right. You can't be off in other areas that really got you excited, but not really hitting it home for you. They ain't really quite hitting it home and shit. And but that's beautiful. See, everyone, look at everything that you have been dealing with, going through, and everything as, how should I say, as a stepping stone. You had to do that. Like, you know, sometimes people, it's like you got to get your ass whooped a little bit in order to wake up. Like, really. So it's the same, you go through things and you be like, man, and no one wants to go somewhere and waste their time. But there's no such thing as time. It's moments. You know, so everyone be like, okay, I'm not going to be looked at as a fool. Now, I've been telling people this, so-and-so, such and such. I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't. Or be looked at as being wrong. Or a pie in the face, shit pie in the face, egg, yolk, however you want to put the term. You know what I mean? Because grace is when you can joke about your damn self and laugh it off. Like, really? Put yourself out there, see? You gotta get rid of that. But that's an iron curtain. That really is an iron curtain. And it's almost like to women, when it comes to the, I'm explaining this to men and women. When it comes to men, if you are conscious of what you're wearing, how your suit looks, how your suspenders and your shoes are matched, and whatever else, that's that curtain I'm talking about. It's an iron curtain. But we all just don't have it in dressing. We have it in other little idiosyncrasies and ways we carry our lives. And even when it comes to finding out who we are, knowing who we are, and teachings. Women, you can look at it as wigs, eyelashes, makeup, whatever else. That thing that you must put on, that thing that you don't want no one to see you without. Like, whether you sleep with your hair wrapped or you don't sleep with your hair wrapped, or whatever the situation is that tells you you're not you. Like, this is what I do, because I don't want no one to catch me out there like this, looking at and this and that. And see, when you've been through situations, look at this guy. Okay. When you've been through situations that have crushed all that ego shit, it's beautiful. Because we're all these things. But it's beautiful, man. You know, and a lot of times they're like, man, you know, how do you... At first I carried what is this time at? At first I carried myself through life, and I was like, man, just be everybody's friend. Like, tell nobody about themselves. Don't, you know what I mean? Not to the point as to where you are ass kiss or whatever else. But if you need to tell somebody about themselves, don't. Just let them go on believing that what they're doing is right. Like and then I said, no, because that's fake on my part. Right. You do that shit, you'll never have any company. And the very first time you say something to somebody out of the ordinary, well, who was this speaking up? You never had a problem with that before. Always had a problem with it. Just you either will give people time to come up out of it. Oh, they'll see me by my grace. They'll change. You know, by them seeing, they know, like, you doing it. You gotta know, that shit might be a little wrong, like. But then by the grace of by seeing a person like, okay, you go ahead and do that. The person go back into their mind and that was wrong. And I'm gonna stop that because, you know, yada yada, that don't happen that way. People would keep that shit up and they would think it's a normal way of life. And man, I got really, man, I look at like the story, you know, a lot of stories. Maybe it Muhammad, you know, Ibn Abdullah, or, you know, I look at people and who all really, I'm not saying who all really should be repenting, but there's a lot that went on, and we as a race has really been deserted. Really have been deserted. And it was for that. That ass whooping was for that. But now is the time to wake up. And it's how, okay, we wake up in the world. Imagine that. Waking up in the world where everybody done took your shit. Everybody done took your shit and either is selling it back to you or running shit, and you don't have shit. You really don't have nothing to stand on as a nation, as a people. I ain't talking about no goddamn corner store. You're nothing. Like, you got to start from the beginning, from the bottom. You've been kicked all the way from the top, and you all the way at the bottom. And there's a lot of things that people done did to your ass and taught your ass and showed your ass while you were on the bottom. And they said this is the way to get back to the top. But it isn't. It isn't a way to get back to the top. It's a way to maintain the shit that you want, that your lower self want to do. Let me pull over. Shit. And I see that. You know, I see that. And I'm like, okay, yelling and talking about this and fear, that's not going to, because what happened is now, it's not about getting back on the top. Let's make this a black world again. It's about seeing beyond that. There's changes. There's new changes that are coming, and there's interdimensional things going on, and it's just time for people to get up out of their conditions. And it's crazy because I said, oh man, like, yeah, this is the way I am. And all religions, I feel, are necessary. I really do. I really do. I really do. But I know the minds. I know the ones out there. And I know when the time is up for you to either stop acting like you don't get it or for you to get it. And if you do not get up when that alarm clock goes off, your ass is shook. You're being shooken. Because either you're in the bed like a child, acting like you sleep, like you don't hear me calling your ass. Time for school. And I don't mean time to get up and learn anything, but adult to a child that just want to lay around in the bed and act like they don't hear them calling. Or your ass is really asleep. In any event, it is means for alarm. It's means for alarm. So I look at it and say, okay, what if you, Jesus, coming back? Why don't you have a lot of people with you? How is the government? How are individuals out here that might be into certain? We all are into shit. Like they might get caught up in something. Oh, you close to so and so, aren't you? Yeah. Well, I want you to get close to so and so and see and see what he got going on and yada yada yada. Your best friend be a motherfucking informant, family member, anybody to get caught up in some shit. Learn to get yourself together so that you can be untouchable. Because this shit happens. And as far as the whole story, I'm like, okay, you know, Jesus, you got we got to get him down off that cross. That's for damn sure. We got to get him down. We got to get him down from there. Now think about that. This is the way we're gonna do it. This is the way we're gonna make the story. Whether it's a story or whether it is a true event, it's all bad. It's all bad. We got to take him down from there. Like really, it's enough. That's enough. He's been hanging up there on that cross long enough. We got to get him down from there. That's the truth. We got to get him down from that shameful position. Because you can look at that situation a lot of ways. He would be like, okay, well, that's kind of bad there. To have that image up there like that. Well, this is the way we do things. We impale people. We do things like this is crucifixion. But okay, well, you do that shit, the people will never follow you. You will never have the people. And there's more just people than there are people back in the day speaking. If so, this is the way they should have looked at it. You know, you would never get no followers like that with that so and so sudden. We'll make it as to where he wanted to be up there like that, just for you. Ain't that a bitch? Got to get him down off there. Got to get him down off there. If we got any, either in our actions, knowing that we are gods, like he stated, we got to get him down off of there. We got to get him down from that shameful position. That's really sad. Sometimes people don't know what spirit, who they come back really as. Like, you can really have amnesia coming back through here. But you know not to go that route again. Whether it's in a story or whatever else. Like, you know, shit. In the story with 12 people, like, you know, this is the human condition. It ain't the people that are tighter with you or the people, I got plenty of homies. I had no problem with any of them. I swear, none. I come around, it's all gravy. There's no animosity or nothing. But when it comes to something so fucking serious, like really, and it's like, okay, you want people to have their freedom and you don't want people to be pressured or messed with by anybody that's hidden around but hidden, and fucking with them to get to you. Gotta stay alone. Gotta do this alone. You don't need a whole group. This particular thing anyway. Where's my time at? 15:09. And I'm going to go and make this longer so I can put it on my YouTube channel. I really am. So I look at a lot of the religions. I look at how far man has failed. I look at, how people have benefited and still are from one race's condition. And look at all the stats like Buddhism and all that. We started all that. Look at the statues, I look at the Madonnas, I look at all that. It's okay. Well, that it's understandable. I'm not mad at anybody. Everyone had their job to do. You can't have, wrong without right. If it was all right, there wouldn't be no wrong, and right would know that the right would know that they're right without wrong. So this is no war, no fight, no pick up your arm. This is not that. All that don't even have to be. But if you want to keep struggling and not know why your ass is whooped, and keep fighting the things that are put in front of you, instead of not by in words saying, because people can say words, don't even mean them. Not by in words saying, oh, I repent, I see. No, really see and understand. And it's almost like, okay, your parents go out and buy a new belt to whoop your ass with. You're doing things, like, really. And it's really deeper than this, though, but. And you go tear the belt up. Like, really. You ain't gonna be whooping me with this. And it's really deeper than that. No one is saying get ass kicked or whatever. Everybody has a place. And you don't know where certain individuals' place is going to be after this, how can I say? Wow. It was a certain word I wanted to use, and just forget it. That's all right. This major ass whooping. You don't know. So I speak to every race. Mexican, Puerto Rican, I speak to the whole human race. Whites, Chinese people, whatever. The whole human race. And how everyone has benefited and looked the other way. How people over, like, say in the Middle East, like a lot of stuff is going on around monuments and stargates and stuff like that. They don't get no shit. You know why? Because they moved into some place. See, it's almost like these buildings here. Now, I used to be the maintenance person for like further up. 4 buildings on this side, 4 families on this side, and up the block, all down building and everything else. You know how people treat your shit that when they don't own it. It's all over the world. Over in China and stuff like that, and Japan and stuff like that. Like, have you ever, they're a little more better with monuments, But all this bombing and stuff, these are people who have mixed and their minds are just really like all over the place. They don't know. Who are all these people that did this and built these shits? And who are we? You know how adopted children are and shit, how they act sometimes because they don't know, have a home and shit. This basically is really all over the world. Like, really. And now look at your children all over the place and whooping your ass. You got to see this on a full scale. And I look at it and be like, okay. And you got to get beyond money and shit like that. You got to get beyond likes. Like, you got to go in deep and know that you do not need that. If anything, people need, you to like them. Like, really. So it's really something else. And I sit back and look at it and I'm like, yeah, okay. and I see things, and there's so much that I wanted to tell y'all, but this is going to be a pretty lengthy video so I can put on my YouTube channel. And normally I keep them short, trying to put them on Facebook so people can see it right away. But there were a few things I wanted to talk to people about, like while we're in this fourth and fifth dimension. Some people are still in third. It got to be real bad for you. Like, if you start seeing figures, people talking about ghosts. And that's enough. No, I ain't going to even look at it. I don't have to. I speak to spirits. Really. And people always talk about, you get the sage and you do this and you do that. And first of all, some spirits are just not ready to go into the light yet. You know how many people are passing? They just haven't been caught up to yet, or whatever else. Or you don't really even know. They're probably here. Some can be stronger than others. Or here just living right alongside of you. You don't know because you're not even in that dimension. There's all kind of stuff going on right now that you cannot see because you're not there. So, it's almost like people that are, now I'm going to say so-called stars, if the media call them stars, people that are in television, music, or whatever else, and normal people that are just consumers. I always try to tell people on each side, do not, how should I say it? Take advantage of poor, and do not take advantage of the rich. Like, respect their privacy, and the same way with the spirit world and the third dimensional or third rock or whatever, District 3 as humans. Okay, if you ever see a spirit, a ghost or something like that, look them dead in the eye. That's what you do. You don't fear. You don't fear and give the spirit strength to materialize. You got to be 100 just like you 100 in these streets. And they have to be. Spirits, like, if you go into some homes and spirits were living there, whatever else, hey, you move into some home and you wonder why it's possessed, and you don't know shit. You don't try to speak to the spirits. You don't see shit. You're keeping lights and shit on all the damn time. And so now you go and start trying to put sage down and shit and exercise spirits and shit. And now you got to fight. Now you got to fight with some shit you don't see. I'll cleanse your house. I ain't got to clean out for nothing because there ain't no bad spirits going to be in there. That's real talk. Respect my shit. Really. I had to talk to them. I had to tell them that. People can't see you. So you just can't be doing this stuff and yada, yada, yada. You know, and so on and so forth. They would try to exercise your ass. And so then I got to tell the people, hey, you know, shit can go bad. Fucking with them. You know, if you don't see them, they're not in your way. Really. So it's just a lot of people do too much. Also, I'm going to speak on another thing. And I know I was talking about this fear mongering and stuff like that. The so-called, what do you call them, androids, or what word are they using now? And I got to get to this job too, but it's cool. I forget what they call it, where they take people and supposed to make them whatever they call that. Okay. This is funny. Are you all out here doing that? Really? Are you trying to do that? Is there stars that are not knowing, they're getting too big, but falling off? And I'm still trying to think of the word while I'm talking to you at the same time. There was a lady, a talk show host, and I hate to say that, and they show people breaking down. Oh, that robot went out. I'm just going to say it like that. And if it come to me, fine. If not, because this is from the hip. These are just certain things I want to talk to people about. If that is going on, you know, there's a lot, and there's something else too. but I'm not going to get into that. Which I don't believe that it may be. You got to know, see, when you get money and you get to a certain status and you think you in the in crowd and shit, and people know what you worth, you okay, yeah. You don't know what might happen to your ass. You might be called to an office, you might go into the office, but you may not leave the fucking office. See? I don't know. If they are, I don't really want to even go into that. If they are keeping human beings in cryostasis and shit, and creating other yada yada yada, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. And I'm not, you know what? And to think about it, I'm not going to really even too much speak on it right now. I'm really not. I'm really not going to speak on it. I meditate on a lot of things, and when I see things and stars and people crying on and all kind of stuff going on, sometimes I really like. I don't watch the news, so I try not to be on Facebook because it ain't people on Facebook or Twitter's. You know, Twitter don't do so much of that though. But I'm not saying one is better than the other. But it's not their fault. But they will have the news in your face. This happened. This happened over in China. Look at the way they eat these bugs. Or a person got jumped by a drug lord. Or yada yada. These are things that I don't want to see. Like really, that's why I don't watch the news and I don't click on it. But then when I'm scrolling through and looking for metaphysical stuff and yada yada yada, I see stuff like this and I look at it. And it's like, don't look at it. It's almost like if you ever see that movie Limitless, where that dude takes that pill and everything becomes clear, and or Ghost Whisperer, where you could touch someone and see shit. Like I was, just don't look at it. Just don't look at it. For some reason, you got this fighting spirit, and you're gonna address every damn thing. Like if you notice it and it brings it to your damn attention, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. I'd be like, man, nope, you don't want to see that. Really? But then, when you see this and you see people, now everybody's paranoid. Someone said, what did they, oh man, I almost had the word. I almost had the term that they use for that. They got this. I forgot what they, ultra something. I don't know. I seen it. But as you can see, I don't really get off. I'm like, okay, that's bullshit. I don't want to see it. He probably could be doing it, but I don't want to see that. I really don't. So, but the thing about that is, about these bots. If there are such a thing, they're not, put it like this. If a human can't handle going through the fourth or fifth dimension, you know a bot isn't going to be able to when things change. There's all kind of energy and wavelengths is hitting this shit. You have to be the stuff made from source to withstand all this stuff that's happening now. So, if it's affecting humans with flu and stuff like that, you know this shit is going to come to light. So they may try, but it never's going to be. It's never going to be. This is not a new age of robots and shit. It really isn't. If there are sentient beings or whatever else, these are the original sentients. You and I explained that before in that acapella track that I had, part 1 and part 2 of it, about how they look at grays, and which are really not grays, but they're biosuits. But they ain't gonna tell you that. How the Pleiadians and whatever are black people, and there's a lot of black people. They're not gonna tell you that. They're gonna show you what they show you in Hollywood. So when I post pictures, a lot of videos I can't even post because they got the description up there wrong. I said I don't want to send the wrong idea with that one. But look at yourself. Look how you made up. You got 2 arms, 2 legs. Look at your veins. Right. Look at your vein is wide. What was that? X-Files. Go back and look at X-Files. Look at X-Files, part 1 and part 2. How I was speaking about that. How even the grays were or whatever else. How they have, like, first of all, the things over their eyes are like shades. Those come off. and the suits they're in, they're gray. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot of black beans that have been caught. And what they're doing is, well, I don't want to go into details about that because, yes, I don't want to go into details. But all I'm simply saying is, wow. All I'm simply saying is stop fearing that. And to the people that are doing it for this new wave of energy and this third and fourth, that's not going to work. Because your technology isn't of source. You're going to see all kind of glitches. And they're going to probably make a bunch of mistakes for it. And you're going to hear about it. But don't be surprised by what people are doing. That's the truth. It's all fear-mongering. Forget it. And there are ways to find out. There's a lot of ways to do certain things. I can't tell you because you're telling other people. When I feel, and I'm not going to say my calling or when I have a following or whatever else, when I feel everything has its own time, its moment. I wouldn't say time because time don't exist. It's a moment. There's no such thing as time. You have the clock, so you will know, so society can know what time to be at the post office for work and yada, yada, yada. Other than that, there's no such thing as time. You go to sleep sometime, you sleep 30 minutes, seem like you've been sleeping an hour. Ride these cosmic waves. Where is this moment at? It was something else I want to tell. 31 minutes, that's good, man. And this car has been behind me all this time, look. Yeah. Now I'm video shooting. Like, I turn my car, I turn it back off again. All the time I'm talking to you, I can see all around me, 360 degree. Let me go and see my rearview mirror. There it is. Yeah. Hey. Nobody go out, come in, right? Whatever. Okay, so you all keep your heads up to see shit. Well, okay, let me see. It might pull off in a minute. Yeah, well, you know what? There's something else too I want to talk about, but I probably shouldn't get into that. And what time is it? Okay, it's going to 12:30, 1 o'clock. Here we go. You all, wow, man, it's just so much. My mind is like, wow, oh, wee, and when you see me smile like this, it's because, okay, how can I put this? Say it's a spelling bee. There's a word that you and your father, or whatever else, been working on for a long time, and you're down to the last two contestants, and the other person just screwed up on his word, and this word, you know it. This word is like your name. This word that while the other person screwed up. All right, there's $1 billion on the line. Now, this person screwed up his word. It's up to you. And my word is Chris. Spelling that. And when I smile, I'd be like, man, this is so easy because I got this. I know this. You know how you just be so anxious? But there's a lot going on, man. Wow. One love, man. One love to everybody, man. You're there, and I know you are, and I know people are seeing, and I know people are seeing things in their sleep, and whatever else, and I know people might be wrestling with certain things, and it's cool to wrestle with certain things, man. Do not let a bottle, do not let no weed, do not let anything, any substance that you have been drawn to from being in this third dimension hold you back from thinking that you are or that you are not. You are. It is simple as that. And these are just little weapons and stuff like that and little things like that. You say, I'm going to do better. Well, you ain't doing better with that. Little things that keep you back, do not worry about that. Because everything that you have went through was for a purpose. It is simple as that. And when you can say that, okay, well, you fight. And, whatever else, or you run. But you live to fight another day. Or you put your, your guns, or, or whatever else. You live to fight another day. So you got to look at it like that. And, wow, how lucky am I to be challenged with all this stuff. Even to be given the attention to try to overcome something. I'm lucky for that to be happening with me. There's a lot of shit going on. Let me put it. I'm lucky for all that to be going on with me. Really. Let me just pull up here. This apartment building right here gets real busy. But I'm lucky for all that to be happening to me. I just want to be in a spot where I can really talk and I ain't got to really be, But anyway, these were the buildings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really? So, yeah, man. Work on it. It'd be all up anymore. So that's that. On that. And so the nice, and then you got people that don't allow us speaking to a friend. Really. And you know who I'm talking about. And if you backslide into, listen, you're looking at the biggest backslider. Really? The biggest backslider. Like a person that told themselves, hey, I am not going to, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Went back. I'm not going to, went back. I am not, this is it now. Went back. And I ain't talking about no relationship. Whatever the fuck out here in these streets that people be like, oh, so-and-so, so. Well, why would someone be waiting to see you fall on your ass? Why? First of all, why is that? Why would people be giving you that amount of attention if you don't have a beautiful potential? At least you were able to stop. So look at it as like, okay, there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. There's strengthening in that. Really. So I look at everybody now, and I can look at everybody now like, be like, yeah. Yeah, you are. But source and came down in human form. You got these nerves and shit. They ache and yada, yada, yada. And wanted to experience a living and tissue in human form. And this is what you get. And don't let nobody tell you about, well, you're not a good this, or you're not a good that, or you're not a good this, because this is what happened. Because all that does is strengthens the institution. See? That's all that does, is strengthens that institution. That's all that do. You are more than you can imagine. Really, going through the things you're going through. And that's all I've been trying. When I said I'm going, yada, yada, and talking to each other, I'm like, well, I try to yell, express myself loud enough that it's shaking people like, get up, man, get up. Like, wake up. And that's what that is. It's not that I'm better than you and yada, yada. That's not that. It really isn't. But that's what I be trying to do. And that's the truth. And a lot of times be like, well, man, you going by that, yada, yada, yada. And then sometimes I got to put myself out here for those that I just explained that might be going through things. Oh, you all polished up and you ain't doing this and doing that no more, but look at your mouth. You got to have vices. You got to have vices, right? Don't want to be too much on that wheel. You don't want to be tied to the wheel with gold chains. Up and you don't want to hang off in that diva world. In that world. And I'm not talking about a diva like a woman. I'm talking about the God, that world, the top of this wheel. You want to hang around there. You don't want to be tied to the gold chain, holier than thou. You know what I mean? Because everyone that's tied to that wheel is stuck in that realm. You want to master all 6 realms. Really? And go and come as you please. That's what I do. Sometimes some of the realms can drain you a bit. You know, it's the thing now. I ain't gonna go into details about that, but Foots. I didn't say that. Foots, I went to Earl's father's funeral. You know, and after that, I went to, an R.I.H. Foots. And I didn't say that in the video that I was shooting when I was coming from Roy's funeral. From Royce Nelson's funeral. Okay? Come home from Royce Nelson's funeral. Someone very close to me had his leg broke. On some negligent shit. Had to take care of that. Another funeral coming up. Here, I think Monday after that. All this goes on. And I handle it gracefully. And it's like, okay, this is what it is. Some people have to have a lot of crystals and stuff like that. When I wear this is fun. It's meaning, but I don't wear this for power. I don't wear the things I wear for power. I wear the things I wear for expression. The power is in. The phone that I'm talking to right now, this Galaxy S8. And my lips are dry because I just got over a cold, and it's just, wow, I hate that. And I can't use any kind of lip balm because it'll break me out. Ain't that something? Wow. Anyway, but on this phone, all my phones really, all my phones that I have, like I got these 2 in here. All my phones that I have that feature. Has a feature of cordless recharge without the cord. So you just got to know how to do that. I hate to say I apologize. If I seem boastful to people, and if I seem that, I'm making myself bigger, if I'm making you small, that's your ego. I'm not that. Really. I'm not that. I know humility. That, I just want people I could be like that. See, these institutions and stuff and things that we go to has cut us off at the knees and told us somebody else was that, but you can never be. See, it's almost like the book they give you in school. Dick and Jane. See, look at Spot. See, Dick run. So-and-so, such and such like that. Now, make sure I ain't push that big. Now, think about it this way. See Dick jump, and you see Dick jumping over a puddle. And this is your book. And just because you see Dick jump, wow, he can really jump. He jumps over a puddle. But you don't, and it's deeper than this though, but I'm just saying, I'm just going to put it in this form. It's, like when you see those books, how to, electric wiring for idiots or for dummies or whatever, but I hate to use that term. You look at something in that book doing something, and so that becomes law. Dick did it. I think if Michael Jordan looked at that, how Dick jumped and whatever else, and never thought to dunk. Never thought to go slam dunk, because in this book, Dick, the way he jumped was, that was the letter. That was the law. That was the height. That no one else tried to know, because see Dick jump. Damn Michael Jordan jumping. So it's something like that. And everyone has been cut off at the knees and unable to tap into their human God, not God-given, but God-are powers because of it. But these institutions are very necessary to get you out of your illusions of feeling better because you done some drugs or smoked some dope or screwed an extra woman or yada yada yada. Hey, so I look at it, I be like, man, it's necessary, but it's detrimental. And this is the conundrum that I'm in. This is the conundrum that I see. I'm not really in it, but that I see. I said, damn, this is a damn conundrum. Okay, well, so there is a lot going on, man. I love y'all, man. I really do. Let me get to this place. I done sit up here and made this my time. It's all off the time for the moment. And there's so much more. So y'all keep y'all heads up to see shit coming. One love, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Really, man. Really. I'm out.